Hey, Happy New Year's, everybody, and thanks again for tuning in to another Central Oregon real estate market update. I'm filming this update today inside of a beautiful custom craftsman home in Northwest Crossing that was built in 2014. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, a little bit over 2,100 square feet, and I'm really excited to be taking this home to market next week. I think it's going to be a great opportunity for a new buyer to get into the neighborhood and have a great place to call home here in Central Oregon. And when I think about December right now, which is what this update is for, I can't help but recall where we were last December. Outside there was probably somewhere around 30 inches of snow on the ground, and we were all trying to figure out how we were going to dig ourselves outside of that mess. And right now it's 50 degrees outside. More people are probably mountain biking than skiing, but that's the beauty of Central Oregon, right? It doesn't matter what the weather is. There's always great opportunities to get outside and a million different things that you could be doing on a day like today. Now, when we look at where the real estate market has gone in a year, it's actually not that different. So the median sales price for a home in December came in at about $392,000. That's up about 9% to last year. Inventories are about at 3 months of supply. So as we exit the winter and we look forward into 2018, we're setting ourselves up for another very busy spring, just like we were last year. And when I look to 2018, what am I going to be keeping an eye on in our community and in our neighborhood? Well, one of the areas that I think is going to be very interesting to watch is going to be Northeast Bend. There's a ton of residential development going on over there. You've got a lot of building going on just east of 27th, kind of over near Boyd Acres and Empire with Murata and several developments over there. And then just north of Cooley, there's an area of town called North Point. There are several builders that are building out new communities there. That whole neighborhood and those communities are going to probably tie in to the Road Market that's being built out across from Cascade Village. And then, of course, we have the addition of a new elementary school at the corner of Cooley and O.B. Riley, just across the easterly border into Northwest Bend. So I'm going to really be keeping an eye on that area because I think there's going to be some great opportunities over there, and it's going to be really fun to watch that area develop over the course of the next year. Now, the one thing that we left off with when we were talking last month in December was federal tax reform and where we came in. I think the market in December was actually a little bit slow. There were a lot of buyers that were kind of hanging out on the sidelines waiting for that tax reform to go through and to figure out how it was going to impact them before they bought. And overall, I think Central Oregon kind of dodged a bullet on this one. Yes, there are some aspects of the tax reform that are a little bit negative that may impact our market, or they may impact feeder markets such as San Francisco and LA. But for the most part, the major parts of the bill that would have had a negative impact on our market were removed in the last days, if not hours, before the bill passed. For those of you that are looking for a little bit more information, I did post a link below to an article that I wrote back in December after that bill passed, which kind of helps highlight some of the pros and cons of what actually did happen. So other things that I'm going to keep an eye on in 2018, we're starting to see interest rates creep up again. I think we're now up above 4% for your best rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage right now. So that's going to be something to keep an eye on. And the other thing is just going to be the tight market. So we know that inventories are going to be a little bit on the tight side going into spring. And with interest rates expected to go up, anticipated to go up, and with all the positive news out there in the economy, I think there are a lot of buyers that are really ready to go as we hit the market this spring. And so it's going to be fairly competitive as we move through the next couple of months. If you are looking to list this spring, I know at one point my wife and I were thinking about potentially selling our house this year. And I started thinking, here we are in January. What would I be doing right now if I were listing this spring? I posted a little article for you guys about some things that you could think about that are maybe not the really normal traditional things that you would read in a post like that you might want to consider as we do look to listing a home this spring. And, we get a lot of calls this time of year for folks who are looking for CMAs or they want to know what their home is worth. If that's something you're interested in, feel free to reach out to us. We're happy to sit down with you and walk you through what's going on in your local market and what the potential value is of your home and things that you're going to need to be thinking about if you are going to be listing later on in the springtime. So once again, very healthy real estate market here in Bend. Really excited for this year. I think it's going to be a tremendous year for real estate. And, all signs point to things being going in a positive direction over the next year, and looking forward to reporting out to you guys all as we move along and exit our winter and get into spring. Thanks, everyone. Talk to you next month.